Imagine a world where knowledge was power, where books were treasures, and where a woman born into challenging circumstances could rise to become one of the most brilliant minds of her age. This is the story of Lubna of Córdoba, an extraordinary figure from the 10th century, whose life illuminates the vibrant intellectual landscape of al-Andalus and challenges our perceptions of history, gender, and achievement. Her journey from the palace walls of Madinat al-Zahra to the heart of its legendary library is not just a historical account. It is an inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of intellect and the pursuit of knowledge against all odds. To understand Lubna, we must first understand her world. Al-Andalus under the Caliphate of Cordoba. The 10th century marked a zenith for this Islamic state on the Iberian Peninsula. Under rulers like Abd al-Rahman III and his son Al-Hakam II, Cordoba transformed into a metropolis of unparalleled sophistication in Western Europe. It was a melting pot of cultures, Muslim, Christian and Jewish, where scholarship, art and architecture flourished. This era is often referred to as the Islamic Golden Age, and Cordoba was one of its brightest jewels. The city boasted paved streets, public baths, and a level of urban development far exceeding many of its European contemporaries. More importantly, it was a hub of learning, attracting scholars from across the known world. The pursuit of knowledge was not merely tolerated, it was actively patronized by the ruling elite. Lubna's story begins within the opulent and complex world of Madinat al-Zahra, the stunning palace city built by Abd al-Rahman III just outside Cordoba. Born in the 10th century, her exact birth year is unknown, adding to the historical mystery surrounding her life. What is known and perhaps most striking is that she was born into slavery. This fact, while initially appearing to limit her prospects, placed her within a unique environment. Slavery in the context of the Caliphate of Cordoba, particularly within the royal court, was a multifaceted institution. While lacking freedom, enslaved individuals, especially women, could hold positions of significant influence and responsibility. They were often educated, sometimes extensively, to serve in administrative roles as entertainers or within the royal household. Lubna's birth within the palace walls meant she was exposed to an environment where education and intellectual pursuits were valued, even for those in servitude. The prevailing historical consensus suggests Lubna received an excellent education, a privilege not universally available, but certainly possible for those within the caliph's inner circle. This education likely included not only religious texts, but also literature, grammar, arithmetic, and potentially other sciences. The palace was a center of learning, with scholars and tutors readily available. While some historical accounts, particularly later ones, speculate that Lubna might have been a daughter of Abd al-Rahman III, born to an enslaved mother, this remains unconfirmed and is debated among historians. Regardless of her parentage, her presence within the palace and her subsequent rise point strongly to an early life where her intellectual potential was recognized and nurtured. This early access to education was the crucial foundation upon which her remarkable career was built. Lubna's career trajectory is inextricably linked to the magnificent library of Caliph Al-Hakam II, the son and successor of Abd al-Rahman III. Al-Hakam II was renowned for his profound love of learning and his insatiable desire to collect books. He transformed the royal library into one of the largest and most comprehensive in the world at the time. Estimates suggest it housed at least 400,000 volumes, a staggering number for the era, encompassing every field of knowledge imaginable. Lubna began her work in this incredible institution as a copyist. In a time before printing presses, copying manuscripts by hand was a vital and highly skilled profession. It required not only beautiful penmanship, but also accuracy, patience, and often a deep understanding of the text being transcribed. This role would have given her intimate access to a vast array of scholarly works, further deepening her knowledge across various disciplines. Lubna's talent and intellect did not go unnoticed. Al-Hakam II, a discerning patron of learning, recognized her exceptional abilities. He took the significant step of granting her freedom, a testament to her value and perhaps his respect for her intellect. Following her manumission, her role within the library expanded dramatically. She was appointed as his secretary, and more importantly, as a leading scholar and manager of the library itself. Her responsibilities were immense. She oversaw the acquisition of new manuscripts, sending agents across the Islamic world and even beyond to purchase rare and important texts. She managed the vast collection, organized its contents, and directed the work of other copyists, translators, and illuminators. This was a position of immense trust and intellectual authority, placing her at the very heart of the caliphate's scholarly endeavors. Lubna was far more than just an administrator. She was a scholar in her own right. Contemporary accounts highlight her expertise in multiple fields. She was celebrated as an intelligent writer, contributing her own works to the literary landscape. Her skills as a grammarian were highly regarded, essential for the accurate copying and understanding of complex texts in Arabic, the language of scholarship. Crucially, Lubna was also deeply knowledgeable in mathematics. This was not a common area of expertise for women in any culture at the time, making her achievements even more remarkable. Her work involved studying and likely translating important mathematical and scientific treatises. The mention of her studying works by ancient Greek masters like Archimedes and Euclid underscores the advanced nature of the scholarship happening in Cordoba and Lubna's personal intellectual pursuits. She was not just preserving knowledge, she was engaging with it at the highest level. Beyond her work in the library, Lubna also played a role in education. She is recorded as tutoring children in mathematics, sharing her specialized knowledge with the younger generation. This highlights her commitment to the dissemination of learning and her role as a mentor. Her presence as a female scholar and educator in the court would have been a powerful example, demonstrating that intellectual prowess knew no gender boundaries in this specific, albeit privileged, environment. Lubna was a recognized intellectual figure within the sophisticated court of Al-Hakam II. She was part of the vibrant scholarly community, engaging with other intellectuals, contributing to discussions, and facilitating the work of countless scholars who relied on the resources of the library she managed. Her influence extended beyond the mere organization of books. She was an active participant in the intellectual life of the caliphate. The significance of Lubna's achievements is underscored by her inclusion in biographical dictionaries compiled by scholars of the time. Ibn Bashkawal, a prominent Andalusian historian and biographer of the 12th century, included her in his comprehensive dictionary of notable figures from al-Andalus. His description paints a picture of a woman of exceptional intellect and broad knowledge. Ibn Bashkawal described her as an intelligent writer, a skilled grammarian, and a poet. He explicitly noted her knowledge of arithmetic and her deep familiarity with various sciences. Such recognition in a scholarly work intended to document the intellectual elite of al-Andalus provides strong evidence of her prominence and the high esteem in which she was held by her contemporaries. She was not a minor figure. She was a recognized master of her craft and a respected scholar. While historical sources confirm the existence and achievements of a highly educated woman named Lubna, associated with the library of Al-Hakam II, some modern historians have raised questions about her identity. Based on different historical accounts and the possibility of conflation over time, some scholars suggest that the figure known as Lubna might actually represent two distinct women, Lubna and Fatima. Both were reportedly associated with the library and known for their intellectual prowess. This scholarly debate highlights the challenges inherent in reconstructing historical narratives, especially those concerning individuals from less documented backgrounds or marginalized groups. Sources can be fragmented, accounts can be combined over centuries, and distinguishing between similar figures can be difficult. While the debate exists, it does not diminish the reality of the achievements attributed to the figure, known as Lubna. It simply adds a layer of complexity to her historical profile, reminding us that history is often a puzzle with missing or ambiguous pieces. Regardless of whether she was one woman or two, the accomplishments, managing the library, mastering mathematics, writing, and translating, were real and significant. Lubna of Córdoba's story is a powerful reminder that intellectual history is rich with diverse voices, many of which have been overlooked or forgotten over time. Her life challenges the often Eurocentric and male-dominated narratives of scientific and literary history. She stands as a prominent example of a woman who achieved remarkable intellectual heights in the medieval Islamic world, demonstrating the opportunities that existed within certain contexts for women to engage in scholarly pursuits. In recent years, there has been a growing effort to recognize and celebrate figures like Lubna. In 2019, the city of Cordoba honored her legacy by naming a street after her, placing her name physically on the map of the city she helped make famous for its learning. She's also been symbolically recognized in artistic works, such as Judy Chicago's iconic installation, The Dinner Party, which features place settings honoring significant women from history. Her story has also reached wider audiences through media like the BBC Radio 3 essay, bringing her achievements to public attention. Lubna of Córdoba's life is more than just a historical footnote. It is an enduring inspiration. Her journey from slavery to becoming a leading intellectual and the manager of one of the world's greatest libraries is a testament to resilience, intellect, and the transformative power of education. She reminds us that talent and brilliance can emerge from anywhere, and that opportunities, when seized, can lead to extraordinary achievements. For history enthusiasts, students, researchers, and educators, Lubna's story offers a window into the vibrant, complex, and often surprising history of al-Andalus and the Islamic Golden Age. It encourages us to look beyond conventional narratives and to seek out the stories of individuals who shaped the past in profound ways, even if their names are not as widely known as they deserve to be. Her mastery of mathematics, her dedication to preserving and expanding knowledge, and her role as an educator make her a figure of immense historical importance and a powerful role model. Lubna's legacy challenges us to consider who gets remembered in history and why. It prompts us to explore the conditions that allowed a woman in the 10th century to become a leading scholar and administrator. Her story is a call to continue uncovering and celebrating the contributions of individuals from all backgrounds who have advanced human knowledge and culture. Lubna of Córdoba's story is a fascinating entry point into the rich history of al-Andalus. To truly appreciate her impact, delve deeper into the primary sources that mention her, explore the history of the Caliphate of Cordoba, and learn about the intellectual achievements of the Islamic Golden Age. Seek out scholarly articles and books that discuss her life and the context in which she lived. Visit historical sites in Cordoba, like the remnants of Madinat al-Zahra, to connect with the physical world she inhabited. Share her story with others to ensure her remarkable contributions are no longer overlooked. Let Lubna's life inspire your own pursuit of knowledge and your appreciation for the diverse tapestry of human history.